Good evening. What an almighty sight to behold. Thousands of Queenslanders roaring with delight as William and Kate captured hearts across our state. The Duke and Duchess capped a whirlwind visit with a walk in the South Bank sunshine, sparking a spectacular response.
It was the Will and Kate show at South Bank in Russell Street. They took centre stage, bathed in a spotlight of mass adulation. They are quite simply the rock stars of royalty. Kate especially, so many said, rocks.
She's more beautiful than the photos present her as.
The princess, again.
I was very shocked when she shook my hand, but she was a lovely lady.
The Prince, not a bad support act.
Hello.
Did you get to meet William?
I did. Oh, I really did. Wow.
You look pretty happy about that.
I am. I got a fabulous photo too.
It'd be exciting if the Queen was here too, though.
The crowd had waited for hours under a royal blue sky. Everyone we spoke to said it was so very worth it.
We got quite close to her and we gave her a gift, so that was really exciting.
And what did you say to her?
Just say hello. Screaming, we were screaming. I know.
And what did she say to you?
She was just
She's so pretty.
She's really lovely.
Australia has from time to time flirted with the notion of becoming a republic, but here's the evidence that the monarchy still has plenty of appeal. Look at this, an army of enthusiastic royal watchers.
We shook both their hands.
You got to meet William and Kate.
We did, yes. It was
You are so lucky.
I know, we're so lucky, and they look you in the eye, and it was just beautiful.
Some very loyal subjects had travelled far to reach this ex-colonial outpost.
I've already seen them once before. They visited my hometown in England, so this is my second time seeing them.
There were even royal relatives in the crowd.
She's actually Prince George's third cousin. Her dad, my husband Mark, is Kate's second cousin.
Earlier at the convention centre, the Duke and Duchess met a select crowd of Queenslanders, though clearly they were missing baby George.
We're disappointed that Prince George is not here. But he clearly needs a rest, and there's no better place to have a rest than Sydney.
Soon enough, though, it was time for the royal power couple to exit. And then they were gone, Will and Kate. Thanks for the memories. For Wilmington, 9 News.
The whole extraordinary day began at Amberley, where the royal couple paid solemn respect to our armed forces. William and Kate let their guard down, speaking from the heart as they met with families of our fallen servicemen.
A perfect touchdown under matching skies at our nation's largest airbase. A flawless red carpet made in Ipswich set the path to a precision military welcome. Prince William knows what it's like to parade in the heat. Soldier to soldier, he chatted with the Honour Guard, while a Super Hornets tribute cracked the air above. As a former search and rescue pilot, the Duke appreciates a strike weapon when he sees one. Like eager cadets, the couple slid into the cockpit. A dress and heels didn't slow the Duchess down.
It's her first time in a fighter aircraft, so something new for her.
Unable to take off, they did the next best thing, took a simulated flight to the Gold Coast and back. The multi-million-dollar system is used to train our fighter pilots. The young prince didn't hold back on the afterburner.
He really just took control of it. I had a great time. He was doing loops and aileron rolls. The Duchess was in the back seat, really interested in all the systems of the aircraft as well, so she really enjoyed flying with her husband.
The smiles were set aside to pay respect to Air Force crews who have died flying for our country. A tree of remembrance, the Plunket Mallee and floral emblem of Ipswich, will provide shade for those seeking solace at the base memorial garden.
They were genuinely interested and respectful, I guess, for what went on there and for all that had gone before them. It was quite inspiring, really.
But they really wanted to meet the widows and children of our fallen soldiers, let them know they shared their pain. Trooper David Pearce died in Afghanistan in 2007.
She was actually sincerely quite sad for us to think that Dave was only over there for 2 weeks and was tragically killed. But yeah, she seemed very, very genuine, and yeah, she was very sweet.
Vicky's son Matt died in 2011 from an IED. Prince William told her he would always be remembered.
Matt's no longer here to make his mark, and I just didn't want him to be forgotten.
They were dignified and formal, but a smile was never too far away. Some were a little starstruck about coming face to face with Kate, but the McCabe baby didn't want to let go.
I found her very engaging. She's very friendly. Very nice person, yeah.
Children came bearing gifts.
Thank you very much. That's very kind.
Bunches of flowers and an Easter toy for Prince George. One little girl was happy to show off her copy of Shh, Don't Wake the Royal Baby, but a little reluctant to hand it over.
My eldest daughter decided to chase her down the red carpet and hand her the book back because Kate handed it back to her earlier, so she's now going home with that book as well.
The Prince glowing with charm and very child-aware.
He just seems so proper, I guess, and so polite, and yeah, he was actually very nice, and you know, took time to talk to the children, which I was really surprised about, and asked us if, you know, these were our children, and you know, commented on how well behaved that they were being, and you know, what we had bribed them with.
Military families pride themselves in remaining calm in any situation, but there's just something about these young royals that just shatters all of those defences. Spontaneous moments breaking from the rigid plan won more hearts and praise than 1,000 speeches ever could.
We'll go live now to Darren Curtis. Darren, the royal couple has now left Queensland.
Now, Eva, throughout today in that 29-degree heat, they hardly raised a sweat, and when they arrived here at the airport, well, they slipped in through the gates and then they took time out to go and thank all of their escort that had been with them throughout the entire day. They then walked up to the stairs to the VIP plane, and when they got to the top of the stairwell, clutching some of those gifts that they were given today, Kate and William both turned around and acknowledged the crowd and gave them a little bit of a wave and said goodbye Queensland. Well, they're off on the plane now, heading back to Sydney to tuck young George into bed tonight. They've been away from him for the day, and throughout the day Kate kept mentioning about how much she wanted to get home and rub those little chubby cheeks of his. Well, she'll be doing it tonight, tucking him into bed, and then tomorrow we'll see the little prince again. He'll be at Taronga Zoo when they name a Bilby enclosure after him.
Yeah, big day for George tomorrow. Thank you, Darren. Now to Michael Best at South Bank. Michael, for a moment there, protesters nearly stole the show.
Well, they tried their best. It was a noisy, angry protest by about 30 activists arguing for Indigenous land rights. Now, the problem was they set up in what was to be the secure zone. Police, of course, wouldn't cop it and forcibly removed them, charging one man. But luckily, it was a couple of hours before the royals arrived. As thousands waited patiently for just a chance to share a few words with Will and Kate. From others, their message to the royal couple was loud and clear. Queensland's moment in the royal spotlight, a threat of being marred by an escalating protest.
No justice, no peace!
It was in the secure zone where safety threats are banned. The royals' much anticipated street walk could have been cancelled.
Attention, attention, this is South Bank security. You are creating a disturbance on South Bank premises. I'm directing you to move off the premises.
A band of police officers swarmed in to disperse the group.
They say justice, we say no!
It turned very ugly very quickly. Children caught up in the demonstration became visibly upset. But as the group moved on, a lone mother with her young child refused to budge.
Why don't you want us to escort you across where all the other people are watching?
Oh, it's a lot shady here.
This is a restricted area, though.
We wanted to go in there, and we were told we weren't allowed.
I think it's disgusting to think that they're demonstrating at such a wonderful event of William and Kate.
Not the ideal Brisbane officials wanted the world's media to see, but at least the young couple did. Michael Best, 9 News.
Just as fascinating as what the royal couple does and where they go is what Kate is wearing. The dazzling Duchess did not disappoint. We'll take a closer look at her choice of outfit and why it set some tongues wagging a little later in the bulletin.